Okay, start streaming.
Okay.
I think I'm
Yep.
back. I think I'm
Yep.
back with
Back.
them.
Yep. You're back.
So I don't know what happened, everyone. Hope you can hear me. If you're not, maybe other people will pick up. I'm not sure where this is going to figure in on our videos, but I'm going to start. My name's Eric Olsen from Helps. This is our YouTube live. I'm going to continue where apparently we got disconnected. I'm going to continue on. Okay. So um, so we're back. Okay. Hopefully it's not my fault. I didn't punch anything. I got my tech guy on. We reset it up. So good to have you here. My name's Eric from Helps. I won't repeat, but we're a law firm that helps seniors that have debt they can't afford to pay. And we instruct you how you can be protected from debt collectors, and we also educate seniors how you can maintain your financial independence. So I'll read this one. Please don't be fooled by this upscale, whatever that means. It says we're absolutely in trouble with extreme credit card debt, and our ages are 71 and 75. Our house isn't owned free and clear. My husband, my spouse was required to retire a few months ago for no reason except they wanted someone younger. We have to get rid of our house. We can't afford it, but we first need to update it properly to get a reasonable return in today's market. We've lived here for 35 years plus. We would like to pay off all our debts and have enough to live on decently. I can't continue this anymore. I'm emotionally so overwhelmed that I no longer see the point in going on. Oh, my my spouse is very prideful, but could I at least get this taken care of without his agreement? Please help me at least, unless he comes around and agrees to help himself too, as soon as you're able. Please forgive for any errors in writing of this email. I'm too sickened to even critique it. HELP stands for Help Eliminate Legal Problems for Seniors. Okay? That's what we're here for. I'm 74. I've been an attorney for 46 years. Helped tens of thousands of people with debt issues. Helps has been around since 2012. Okay? And we're going to be here forever, long after I'm gone. And I'm not planning on leaving anytime soon. So, what we do is help people that have financial problems, seniors, okay, that have debt they can't afford to pay. Now, this lady, we're going to contact her and we're going to be able to help her, okay? We're going to talk to her about her home. We're going to talk to her about this credit card debt that that she's so worried about. Um, she says, I can't continue. She emotionally overwhelmed. Um, yeah, so if you're in that position where you're just kind of like, you don't know what to do, and creditors are calling you, or you're getting demand letters, or maybe you've been sued and you're worried about losing your home or losing your income, you don't need to worry. You're not going to lose your home and your income is safe. And you can call HELPS 855-435-7787 and talk to us, and we'll explain to you how your income is safe and how you can be protected from creditors calling you and harassing you. And, yeah, maybe you do need to sell the home. Maybe you can't afford the payment anymore. But you could sell it and be able to keep the money and use it for your needs to support yourself. Things have a way of working out. I know because I talk to seniors all day long, and they do. We're, we're blessed to live in a country that there's just a lot of help available. And we also have family that supports us. So you're going to be fine. This person that is just totally overwhelmed, we're going to help them. If you have any questions, put them in the chat feature. Sorry about the YouTube video getting cut off, but I'm back. Okay? So this person contacts us from Georgia. A lot of these, a lot of it's the same stuff that I talk about, but a lot of new people listen to our YouTube videos every week or every few days, and so sometimes I may repeat the same thing. But a lot of you I know want to hear it again. They need reassurance, and that's what I'm here to do, is to give reassurance. This guy calls us from Georgia, and he says, I have a lot of debt. I just lost my job last month due to a reduction in workforce. I feel overwhelmed and I'm not sure what my next step should be. I need some advice. Anything you can do to help me will be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance. Well, if you lost your job, if you're on Social Security or a pension, your income's protected. You don't need to pay that debt. You can stop paying the debt. You definitely don't want to use your retirement funds like your IRA or a 401k. That money is protected also. You don't want to use that to pay debt, because once it's gone, it's gone. That's kind of your little nest egg that you've got available to help support you. Okay? You can talk to us. We'll talk to you about what your options are. We can talk to you if you've got a car you can't afford. Talk to you about your housing situation. That's what helps is here for. But our most important thing is to protect you from these creditors bothering you. This guy says he's overwhelmed. He's not sure what his next step would be. Well, if you listen to our videos, we'll talk about what your options are and what you can do. When a person enrolls in helps, we send out a cease and desist letter to your debt collectors, and they have to leave you alone. Peace comes back to your life. They're not hounding you anymore. And if you ever have a question or worried or scared, you pick up the phone and you call us, no matter how often. That's the way helps was designed, so that seniors would always have an attorney, so they wouldn't have to deal with these debt collectors. And you could always call us with your questions. If you got a new collection notice from a new debt collector, then you give that to us. We'll send out that new debt collector. Danica asked, does it matter how many creditors I have and can no longer? No, it does not matter. You can have 1,000,000 of them. I know you're not going to have 1,000,000, and you're not even going to have 100, and you probably don't even have 20. But if you did have 20, that's fine. Our we don't turn anyone away that qualifies for help, and the cost of helps is very minimal. We don't base what we charge people on how many creditors you have. Okay, you could have 3, 5, or 10. It's based on your income, and it's very minimal. Okay. Normally, the most a person would pay to enroll in helps would be $40 for 24 months, then $20 for 24 months, then free thereafter. So, and some of our clients pay $30 for 24 months, $15 for 24 months, free thereafter. Some pay as little as $20 for 24 months, $10 for 24 months, free thereafter. So, don't worry if you have too many creditors. Okay, you don't need to worry about that. Don't want you to worry. Okay. This person contacts us from Illinois. So we help people in all 50 states. I don't care where you live. We help people. We got clients in Colombia, Guam. I'm just trying to think of the guy from some island in the Mediterranean. I remember that was probably 6, 7 years ago. An older guy. He worked for I think he worked for the State Department, but he had a very small pension. But he was somehow figured out how he could retire on this island in the Mediterranean. But he had this debt, and they were bothering him. And I remember when we enroll people, we click a button and we keep you on the phone, and you'll get an email from us that says welcome to helps. Okay, so you can enroll in helps immediately. You don't have to sit, you don't have to fill out any form or wait to get something from us. You can, when you call us on the phone, a lot of times people will call two or three or four times and then you decide to enroll. We keep you on hold. We'll click a button and you're getting, and we want to stay online until you get this email that says welcome to helps. It has all our contact information, address, phone number, email addresses. It gives instructions how to get us the collectors. So we don't need any money up front to enroll in helps. Okay. People enroll in helps, we start getting paid within 30 to 60 days. Normally get paid. You give us a debit card, name, number, and expiration date, but the payment won't begin until the future, usually on a day when you get your Social Security, either the third of the month or the second, third, or fourth Wednesday. Okay. So anyway, this guy in the Mediterranean, I clicked a button and he immediately got an email from us saying welcome to helps. I kind of chuckled. Halfway across the world. That's the way it works. So you can get enrolled really quick. So this person contacts us from Illinois. I had some debt that I was paying for until I got mandatory retirement at age 65, 3 years ago. So the guy must be 68. Now I can't pay. The guy or gal, I don't know who it is. Can't pay as when I was working, and I have a few credit card companies that are suing me, or soon will be. Right now, it's Bank of America. I am paying my mortgage, and I never missed a payment on my home. He explains how he got cancer a few years ago, and what a tragedy it was. Um, I started losing my savings and getting credit. Even so, I was paying most of them. I have maybe four more that's still pending. I can't afford it anymore. Please let me know if you can help me. Of course, we can help you. I don't care what situation you're in with debt. Give us a call. Why do I know we can help you? Well, like I said, I've been an attorney for 46 years. I've been doing this since 1978. Probably filed between 30 and 40,000 bankruptcies before helps was started. So we know the law that protects seniors and their income. We also know the law that protects you from creditors harassing you. And we know a lot of other things too that can help you. That's why we do these YouTube videos. We want to get the word out. And also, you can ask questions on other areas. Like if you had a timeshare you couldn't afford, if you had a car you're upside down, if you had an RV you couldn't afford to pay, if you're being foreclosed. We talk about what options. We don't give legal advice. We give legal information. We give the information you need so you know that you're going to be okay. But what we do is represent you as your attorney to get debt collector contact. Okay, our client, if you get sued, you're unlikely you're going to need to go to court. If they get a judgment, normally you're going to be judgment proof. They can't take anything from you. Okay, so you're going to be fine. So call us if you have questions, and hopefully you can hear me now. Sorry about getting disconnected earlier. Yes, we'll blame it on the sunspots. Okay. In New Jersey, an existing client called us and she was worried about she had some stock in some corporation that was in her name and her daughter's name. And it didn't amount to a hill. It didn't matter. I have never seen in 46 years of practice a debt collector ever try to garnish someone who had a stock account with a mortgage brokerage. I mean, I guess it's theoretically possible for it to happen. It just never happens for a lot of different reasons. And not only that, it was owned by her and her daughter. It wouldn't be an issue. I told her she didn't need to worry about it. Okay? This person contacts us and they say, I have a lot of debt. I just lost my, it looks like I repeated. I don't want to repeat myself. Okay, okay. Just a minute. Let me get here. Person writes in and says, if my only income is Social Security and I'm served papers to go to court for a credit card, I can't pay. Do I need to go to court? Well, if you can go to court if you want to defend yourself if you don't owe the debt, but I'm guessing that the answer is going to be that you do owe the debt. Okay? And the question then is, okay, I owe the debt. I've been sued. Do I need to go to court? The answer is no. Well, on the papers, Mr. Olsen, it says there's a court date and time. Sometimes when you get served papers, they'll have a court date and time that you need to do something by. But if you read it carefully, hopefully it explains that, you know, that's if you're going to defend the lawsuit, and if you don't, that you don't have to go to court. If you don't go to court at that date and time, then they're going to simply get a judgment. Okay. Now, if you went to court and tried to defend yourself and you owe the money, they're going to get a judgment anyway. Okay, because if you owe the money, right, you don't need to go to court. Okay. Now, if they get a judgment, what can they do? There's not a whole lot they can do. If your only income is Social Security, it's protected like I've explained. Twice the amount of your Social Security deposit in your checking account is protected automatically by your bank from garnishment regardless of what other funds are in there. So if you are sued, we'd probably only want you to have one bank account, and that's the account to which your Social Security goes. And that way, if they were to try to garnish your bank account will protect the money in your account without you having to do anything. Just keep the balance in there less than twice the amount you get. Now, if you happen to have more than that in there, it's still protected. You have to file some paperwork to get it released. We tell people how to do that, but most of our clients will tell me, well, Eric, I never have more than twice the amount of my Social Security in my account. Well, then don't worry. You can't do anything. So here's a person that contacted us. Looks like from Minnesota. I'm drowning and receive Social Security disability. Oh no, I'm sorry. He says I'm disabled and receiving Social Security disability. I managed to survive with credit, but I'm just drowning and drowning and drowning. I need some help to figure this out. I'm always stressed. We're going to be able to help you. We're going to help this person. You get Social Security disability. All forms of Social Security are protected. Creditors can't take it. It looks like this person used their credit to supplement their income until they're now at the point where the credit's been tapped out and they can't pay it anymore. I've always used the example of you're digging a ditch or you're digging a hole and you're shoveling the dirt out. Okay, you're borrowing on the credit cards, and finally you got to the point where you can't borrow anymore on them. Can't make the payments with the money you can access, and the dirt starts tumbling down in the hole. Well, you can stop it. You don't need to worry about it anymore, and you don't need to be stressed. Okay. See, when people enroll in helps, you give us the creditors to whom you owe money. We send out a cease and desist letter. They're going to leave you alone, and we're going to represent you ongoing, not just one time, literally for the rest of your life, if you want us to. So you don't need to deal with debt collectors anymore. If you get a new debt collection notice a year or 2 years down the road, get it to us. We're going to send out a new cease and desist letter. If you get sued, you get us the information. We're going to contact the attorney. Not going to need to go to court. You're going to be fine. Okay? Okay, this person contacts us from North Dakota. He says he's 69. He's defaulting on his credit cards. I'm paying 8,000 a year on 31,000 of Social Security income, and apparently he's paying 8,000 for his credit card debt. This is my only household income. I need to pay property taxes with the money I'm paying on the credit cards that I'm overwhelmed with. Can you help me? Yeah. You can stop paying the credit card debts. You can use that money to pay your property taxes. You're going to keep your home. You're going to be fine. We'll talk to you. We'll call us and go over this. This guy calls us. He says, I'm 70 years old and need some serious help with my debt. My retirement is my only income I have. Back in 21, I found out I had a disease that's affected me seriously, which caused me to leave my job. Every day now, I'm just scared, they say. All the time. I've never been in a situation like this in my whole life, they say. And I have no idea what to do. Now they're getting me broken up hearing this person. Can you please help me? I really don't know what to do. I know I can't afford to file bankruptcy, and I'm always afraid it'll be arrested for the money I owe. Oh, no. No. You don't get arrested for debt in the United States. There's no debtor's prison. You know, if you sued, sometimes the sheriff's deputy will come out to serve you with the paperwork, but that's a civil deputy. That's his job. Okay. He's not there because you're committed any crime. I'll be waiting to hear from you. I know I'll send this tonight, but I may call before to make sure this was received. Thank you very much for listening. I would truly appreciate any assistance or advice you can provide me. So what they say is, I'm scared all the time. No, you don't need to be scared. You're going to be fine. Don't want you to worry. Okay? So here's another one. This person calls us. They say, I need help with credit card debt. It just got charged off and went to a collector. It looks like they're intending to file a loose lawsuit. It says that I can make payments or discuss options. I tried to contact them and negotiate, tell them I had a hardship, I couldn't pay anything. But they wouldn't agree to payments or to waive the debt. No, they don't do that. The debt collectors aren't doing. They're in the business to collect money. They don't have any authority to waive the debt. I'm almost 80. I have low income and I have some health issues. I can't work. Can you advise? Yeah, we're gonna help. We're gonna help this person. We help thousands of seniors that have these problems. Many thousands. And we should be helping millions because there's a lot of seniors that have these issues. If you're having these financial problems, you're not alone. Your income's safe. You're going to be okay. And if you don't want to have to deal with the collector harassment, you give us a call and talk to us. 855 435 7787. 855 helps us or helps us. 855 435 7787. Or, yeah, we'll talk to you. That's what we're here for. We don't want you to worry. This other person contacts us, says, I'm deep in debt due to credit cards and don't see a way out. this person says, uh, um, considering doing, this person contacts us from Tennessee. Considering doing a bankruptcy, my husband and I. We have Social Security income only. Looking for other solutions other than bankruptcy. Yeah. Well, if your only income is Social Security, you certainly don't need to file bankruptcy. You couldn't afford to file bankruptcy. Why don't you need to file bankruptcy? Well, your income's protected. No one can touch your Social Security. Twice the amount of your Social Security deposit in your bank account is protected. You're going to be fine. Yeah. Person asks, please define the legal definition of what a senior is. Well, it doesn't, for purposes of helps, we represent, it's the source of your income. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s and you're getting any form of Social Security or disability or retirement income, it's protected. Okay? So I don't care if you're in your 50s or 40s or 30s. If you're getting Social Security disability, your income's protected, helps can assist you. Okay? If you're 60 years old, it doesn't matter how old you are. Okay? Don't want you to worry. This person contacts us from Texas. They got $100,000 in debt. Lost their job, and their only income now is Social Security and a pension. They got a home that's worth about $300,000, and they owe about $250 on it. They've been sued by American Express. They own the home. The home is owned by the husband and wife together with survivorship rights. Only the husband owed the debt to American Express. We'll explain to him that, if they get a judgment in Texas, your home is protected. They can't take it. If you pass away before your wife, the home will go to your wife. The judgment lien would disappear. Even if you sell the home before you die, you can get the lien removed in Texas and get the money out of the home. Guess the internet went out again. It looks like it may have. I don't know. So I'm going to call it quits today. We're almost done anyway. Thanks for participating, and everyone have a great day, and hopefully we'll have a better day tomorrow. God bless. Bye.